In the 2015-16 season, Steph Curry had one of the best seasons of all time. He was captivating fans across the world with his incredible display of long threes, and overall just his ridiculous ability to score was amazing to watch. He shattered numerous records along the way. By the end of the season, he registered an offensive box plus minus of plus 12.36, the highest in NBA history, and it wasn't even close. At the time it happened, the next highest was Michael Jordan at plus 9.82. Then he obliterated the three-point record, which was previously held by himself. Curry also averaged the fewest minutes per game out of anybody who averaged over 30 points per game, while also leading the league in scoring and steals as well. And with the cherry on top, he led the Warriors to the best regular season record of all time. Obviously, it didn't end the way they hoped, but this was just the beginning of what we'll see from Curry. But everything changed that summer. How's it going, fellas? My name's Andy, and today we're going to talk about the interesting dynamic between Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. The Warriors are a better team with KD, but because he joined them, I think we missed out on seeing more of Curry's rampage. After his incredible 2015-16 season, there were legit talks about Curry being the best player in the NBA, and if not that, he was certainly number 2 behind LeBron. Then, when Durant joined him, it was almost like he just took over the team and its identity. Even though he's one of the best ISO players ever and scores on everybody with ease, in my opinion, it's not as fun to watch as Curry jacking up long threes from near half court and making them. Sometimes the Warriors need Durant to ISO to score when the opposing defense is stopping all the ball movements. Now, don't get me wrong, Curry as an individual player is not that much different than back in 2016. Statistically, he's still putting up similar numbers, similar efficiency, only on a lower volume of shots. The problem now is how we perceive him and the Warriors as a team. In the 2017 and 2018 finals, the story all of a sudden became LeBron vs Durant instead of LeBron vs Curry like it was before. Everyone was talking about how Durant will get his revenge on LeBron for beating him in 2012 and how they're gonna defend each other and who's gonna win that matchup, all that stuff. Then, when Durant won back-to-back finals MVPs, it was kinda weird. It gave some people the idea that Durant was more important than Curry, which isn't true at all, not even in the finals. Curry makes the entire Warriors offense work. His insane shooting ability is a constant threat whenever he's on the floor, which is why plays like these are possible. The defense has to respect Curry's shot from that far out, even if he's having an off night. It opens up the entire floor for his teammates to do whatever they want. No other player in history has this kind of gravity, not even Jordan or Shaq. Curry can make his teammates better by literally standing there and doing nothing. These things still happen today, even with Durant on the team, but not many people talk about it as much anymore because the Warriors are so overpowered it doesn't matter. That makes Curry's talent less noticeable. The truth is, 10 or 20 years from now, the only thing people will see is that Curry did not win a single finals MVP. At least not yet. And they're gonna use that against him when they rank players. They're gonna think he was just the second fiddle. So this leads to another question. Who is the better player, Durant or Curry? It could be Durant, possibly, but let me ask you this. If Durant really was the better player, then how come every other team prefers to double team Curry instead? I saw a stat on Twitter that said Curry drew 47 double teams throughout the 2018 finals, while Durant drew only 10. Of course, this could be viewed differently. Maybe the Cavs don't want to double Durant cause there's no point, he'll just shoot over the defense anyway, and it's easier to trap guards like Curry. Regardless, it all comes down to personal preference, there's no wrong answer. The next thing I want to talk about is that Durant not only damaged Curry's legacy, but also this entire Warriors era. Before he joined, the Warriors were the perfect example of how to rebuild a team. They were the model that every other team wanted to follow and replicate. They got most of their core players from the drafts, they developed all of them over the years, they avoided doing any risky trades, like when Minnesota offered them Kevin Love for Klay Thompson. It was tempting, but they rejected the offer, which turned out to be the right choice. And finally, they hired a new coach who implemented a system that maximized their talent. This all culminated in a championship in 2015 where they had a starting lineup of 4 players they drafted by themselves. It was a perfect rebuild. Back then, everybody loved them because they built their team in a way that everybody respected. They were gonna win a couple more titles anyway, even without Durant. But because of him coming along, these last couple of championships felt, I guess, kinda empty. I've been watching the NBA for over 20 years now, and after the Warriors swept the Cavs, there was like the least amount of press coverage I've ever seen. Usually when a team wins the title, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. It's the NBA championship and the media goes crazy. But this time, there was no hype at all because everybody expected it to happen after they got past the Rockets. Instead, all of the articles and all the reports were about LeBron and where he's gonna go next. That's why it felt empty, cause a lot of people didn't care, but I'm sure Warriors fans are happy. The last thing I want to ask is, yes, the Warriors did win more titles after Durant joined them. But how much do these titles actually improve their legacy? We all know not all championships are created equal. For example, Dirk's 2011 playoff run, Hakeem's 1994 playoff run, or even LeBron's 2016 run. These all gave them a huge boost in their legacy and all-time rankings. But for Durant and for Curry, I don't think the last couple of titles are gonna give them a huge bump. For longevity purposes, maybe, but for example, Durant now has the same number of finals MVPs as Larry Bird, and he's catching up to him in rings. But by the end of Durant's career, will he actually get ranked above Bird? I'm not sure about that. I don't think so. The same goes for Curry. Everyone looks at him differently now because it's quite possible he's not even the best player on his own team. The whole Durant-Curry dynamic is interesting because on the floor, they're a great fit together. They're both selfless and team-first players, and their goal is to win championships, which is what the NBA is supposed to be about. I'm sure they're great people off the court too. But because they teamed together, the whole perception is flipped upside down. To the point where they're too good, it threw off the balance of the league. And that's all folks, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. It was mainly just an opinion-based video, so those were all my thoughts. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my points. How do you think Durant and Curry affected each other's legacy? Thank you everyone so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Peace.